Hey, this is Conrad, and welcome to another episode of Ride Bikes Be Happy. In fact, the first proper episode of 2022. Today we're going to have a look at what it's like to be a World Cup mechanic after 12 years of not being a World Cup mechanic? No, I lie. 9. It's been 9 years since the last time I mechanicked at a World Cup.
To be honest, I felt a little bit like the guys from Internship. A little clueless.
Nowadays, people are taking pictures, right? They have their phones now, they're out. Something catches their eye, they want to take it, but then the photo's just sitting there. What if they take that photo and instantaneously put it out there on the line and they share it with their friends?
That's Instagram.
Today I'm here in Lourdes with team Banshee Racing Brigade. And yeah, I'm just going to show you what it's like.
So now you're out there, take a photo. Just a pretend one, go ahead. Now you take that photo, you put it on the line, you put it on...
Come along for the ride.
Stick around till the end for an explanation of what I want to do with YouTube. Hold up, I'm getting ahead of myself here. First we had to get there.
Let's go. So those of you who haven't been following too closely along on my Instagram, why not? The link is here. I'm now working for Banshee Racing Brigade as a team mechanic. I'm also going to be starting a new job at a bike shop. More about that later. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're here in France for the first round of the World Cup.
Oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself again. We should have been traveling in a truck, but it wasn't ready, so the Banshee van got really well packed, and that's how we got there.
So we made it to Lourdes. It's been a long time on the road. I actually left home about this time yesterday, so I've been on the road for 24 hours. I hope I'm gonna survive through this. I'm getting old, but yeah, so I'm here. So yeah, we've been out here for most of the day. We got here at about 10 o'clock, had breakfast and all that sort of stuff. Pits are built up, as you can see. The sun's starting to set. I've seen a couple of cool people. Said hello. And now I'm busy working on Hannes's bike, putting in some new goodies. Yeah, so it's track walk day today, Thursday. Pit's all set up. Hannes is just showing off how well he can stay on his rear wheel. Yeah, so we're gonna get some food for the apartment, and then we're gonna get down to the track for track walk. Yeah, we're waiting for Lidl to open. It's like really weird. So it's 8:30 in France, in South Africa, in Germany. Lidl's open at 6 o'clock in the morning. So the French people obviously like to sleep in a little bit. I don't know how long they stay open at night. The sign over there says 8:30 until 8 o'clock. So in Germany they generally stay open from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock. So French people obviously don't work as long as German people do, but hey. When in France, we have a baguette, and we're off to go and have breakfast now. Breakfast time!
This thing is called a funicular. It's basically a tram that runs up the side of the hill, working on a counterbalance. It was rather packed, even though the sign said maximum 80 people. I decided to wear a mask in there, even though I don't think that would have helped me if the tram had fallen off the hill.
Just a little quick interlude. Those of you that have asked why I don't do my videos in German, it's because I'm English, so I speak easily in English, and I'm not going to really do German so easily. So sorry for you guys. Thank you for following the channel and stuff like that if you're not English. Hopefully one day in the future I'll start putting out some German content as well, but for now, videos are in English. So we're up doing track walk, and yeah, this is the top of the track here in Lourdes. guys are behind me, and being the serious racers they are checking every single line and making sure that they have everything dialed in and stuck in their heads so that they can hit the track fast tomorrow for practice and get some good timed runs in. So we only walked down a couple of meters, but we already had like a pretty puzzling section. Behind me here is what I don't think is actually part of the downhill track at all, the normal downhill track that's open in the bike park the rest of the year. But you can see the guys up there above me already puzzling how they're going to get into this section and then how they're going to ride down this very, very, very steep section. So I was just asked my opinion by Flo of what I think of the track. I mean, we've only walked, I don't know, 100 meters down, maybe a little bit further, and it's crazy. Like, I've forgotten how advanced downhill tracks have become, and I mean, like the last downhill track I rode, really downhill racetrack, real racetrack I rode, was an ISX Cup in Villing in 2015 or 2016. And before that was Pietermaritzburg in South Africa. And since then I haven't really been on any real international level downhill tracks. And Lourdes is another level, like 50 meters into the track, and it's crazy already. Here's Simon catching up. What do you think of the track?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good?
Looks good. Maybe it's going to be a little bit slip, but yeah, some new lines, some heavy hits. But
What do you think so far?
Looks techy. I like it. Fast, rough track. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, the riders are excited, so that's a good thing. What do you think about the track?
Yeah, so far so good. Pretty scary at the top, I think.
It looks pretty scary at the top.
Scared, but yeah, fast part here.
Cool.
It's really cool, yeah. I'm excited for practice.
As I said, the riders are excited. So behind me here is the section that, I mean, we're not far from the start here. We're probably 500-600 meters off the start, maybe a little further. And we're already at what the guys call the wall, or what people are calling the wall. And it literally looks like you're falling off the edge of the world. I don't even think, what is it called, Cloud 9 in Cascades? I don't even think that is this steep. This is mental. And you gotta go through this section probably 20 meters long and then go straight into a left-hand corner. So yeah, the guys are going to be puzzling for a while with this one. I'm going to cruise down to the bottom and have a look. So what do you think? Ride it on a hardtail?
No,
Not a
definitely
hardtail.
It's a really, really fast and rough track and kind of super dangerous, but nice.
Did you guys figure out a line through that wall section?
Yeah, just go straight.
Just go straight.
Cool guys.
That's all.
Stay on the bike.
Track walk is really a great time for the entire team just to like discuss lines, the surface, what might be slippery, what not, what's freshly cut, what's old, and basically just get the entire track in their head before they even take their first practice run down the track. Everything is super important, from what the surface is like to where they might have changed the bunting on the track to kind of throw you off.
I found like 30 meters of track that I could and probably would ride. It's pretty much flat with a couple of jumps in it, but yeah, I definitely ride this section. So this entire track scares the crap out of me, except for about 20 meters that I found somewhere. It's either really, really steep and rocky, or there are big jumps. As you can see behind me here, this is a big huck into the forest, into a right-hand berm. So we're heading down now. We walked most of it, checked it out, but it's becoming a little bit tiring. My legs are really sore, and got a little bit of standing ahead of us. So caught up with some cool people on the track. Saw Sven Martin, and Sven, say something useful for the camera.
It's not snowing. It's March and it's not snowing.
That's pretty cool, hey?
We're blessed to be here in Lourdes. Racing on a Sunday too, not a Saturday. but it's all in line.
So, for those of you that don't know, Sven is also a South African, living elsewhere.
Lekker brew.
And he knows how to speak the language. So, it's always cool to see him and catch up with him. And have a great weekend.
Me and Manar, oldest two guys on the circuit.
Win Masters and Noah and Andy Hoffman. So it's been really cool. It's been a really great little track walk, big track walk, and now we're going to go off and do some work in the pits behind us. I have found Potty, Johan Potgieter, all the way from South Africa, and he's looking healthy and fit and strong. And you're going to track walk later. You feeling good?
Feeling good, yeah. Super motivated to be here. Of course, it's always a privilege to be at a World Cup. Stoked to be here, and looking forward to seeing the track later. And also good to see you, my dude.
Lekker, dude. We'll see you later.
100%.
A lot of time is spent before the initial practices just making sure that the bikes are perfect, making sure that everything is working properly, putting new cables in this case, checking bearings, making sure tire pressures are right, making sure shocks are working properly. Every single thing on the bike just has to be checked. Once that's all done, it's time to pack up and go home and rest up and get ready for the next day, which is going to be a big day of practice for the guys.
Yo, so it's now the morning of first practice, so it's Friday morning. Our young rider Leo is on course practicing. We're just getting set up with the other guys. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ride yesterday, which sucks a bit, but it is what it is. Had a lot to do. I think for Fort William, I'll be a little bit more organized. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit more organized. Yeah, I got to meet Andrew Chandra this morning, which is pretty cool, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, we'll see how the day goes.
The big lift queues meant that our riders couldn't come back to the pits in between runs to change setup. So basically we had to try and find them in the queue and do some changes on site.
So, on time. Yes.
I spent a bit of time at the Holly Whoops shooting a video to see how different people were taking this line and dealing with the whoops. One piece of tech that I really was amazed by at the event was the new O-chain system. Here you see a bike not running O-chain and how the rider's feet and the chain are getting slapped around as they go through the whoops. And here's Leo running the O-chain system. Look how stable his feet are on the pedals. Like it's just night and day.
So it's Saturday morning, it's 10 o'clock. I've been here since 7 this morning. We had to get our young rider off. Leo had practice really early, so came down, checked all his tire pressures, checked his fork pressure, checked his fork settings, his shock settings, got the bike underway, and then got on to getting Hannes's bike ready. His fork had to go in for a service this morning at Fox, so I was there early with Fox. 8:30 they opened. We had the first forks there. But they had them ready by 9 o'clock for us, so 2 forks actually for Simon as well. And then Leo unfortunately had an off during practice, so he's a little bit sore, but he's okay, he seems to be fine. So I'm going through his bike at the moment. So it's the usual check everything and make sure that everything is right, because can't take any chances now. He's got qualifying just now. Won't really change much. We'll just check everything. Relube the chain and stuff like that. I've washed the bike, so it's ready to go. We're in the line for the gondol. Huge line, as you can see. It's crazy, but it is what it is. The gondol runs really slowly here, so like it takes about an hour to get up the hill essentially. But Hannes is now going up for his qualifying run, so I'm going up with him, help him get prepared, help him warm up, make sure he's got enough to drink and all that sort of stuff, and then watch him go down the hill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, despite all their best efforts, none of our guys managed to qualify at Lourdes. So we packed up camp and headed home. Having learnt a lot, I'm looking forward to the next race in Fort William. If you stuck it out till here, thanks very much for watching. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe. I've started making videos just for the fun of making videos, and that's what this is all about. I'm just making videos. If you enjoy them, then I'm stoked. If you don't, well, I don't really care. I'm going to keep making videos just for fun. So the next one will probably be about Fort William, and I'll see you then. And thanks very much to the team at Banshee Racing Brigade. I learned a lot, and I really appreciate having come along. Can't wait for Fort William.